Hey everybody, and welcome back to Psychology Geek. In today's video, we will look at 10 traits of the most dangerous personality type, the dark empath. Before we go straight into the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. You are about to discover that empaths have two sides. The caring friend who feels your emotions, and the wolf disguised as a sheep who manipulates them. Well, this rare type of personality falls into both worlds. And after these 10 traits, you will recognize the signs of a dangerous dark empath. 1. A top-notch charisma. The room's most extroverted and lively character is always open for small talk, significant issues, and secret discussions. That one person will always hear you with keen interest, paying you a lot of attention, and we mean a lot of attention. All this with an undercover intention, to get close enough to manipulate your emotions. They have an impressive skill of explaining everything going through their mind and emotion. That's why many people feel attracted to them. A person who interacts with a dark empath feels acknowledged and understood, and that's when the dark empath gets the key to its victim, their trust. One key aspect of their conduct is that there are no pushovers, so they will get close to your rhythm, knowing how to read you at first sight. But this feature only leads to a solid cognitive empath, a gateway to knowing the details of emotional weak spots to manipulate somebody who wins his trust. They only need one significant moment or a critical conversation with an open heart to get into that zone where they can leverage that emotional advantage over their prey. This doesn't mean that an extrovert is a dark empath. This personality type is exceptionally complex and deceiving, so you will need more than one aspect to figure them out. 2. Emotional manipulation. Those exceptional social skills are used for many purposes, especially the wrong ones. They will always use their advantage over your emotions, since they are experts on this matter. So expert that emotional manipulation is what makes them so dangerous. Empathy is a virtue that can build a relationship, learn from each other, and have a deeper connection with somebody, and create many incredible things. But for a dark empath, there is no emotional connection, second thoughts, or an ounce of regret. All shared emotions are a shortcut to you. A mere activity that they do to get what they want. That relationship is just another goal to reach their interests. And those interests lead to many emotional scars and a few trusting issues, since the closer they are, the worse it can be for your emotional and mental health. A PhD in persuasion is a personality trait that can sell you anything, from products to a fake relationship. A dark empath knows what buttons to push and comes in very different forms, but a common trait is that they can exacerbate their virtues to gain your trust. If they are excessively good at a social skill, they will stick with it until you lower that defense so they can come in. 3. Serious outperformers. A dark empath loves attention and can quickly get it, since they tend to be extraordinarily talented. But unfortunately, that talent can turn out to be a dangerous spotlight, a spotlight they will use to no good. Many people are drawn to this complex trait, and those talents are nothing more than their first hook. Once they got your attention, they've got an edge. Everything, and we mean everything, is a series of steps to get the best of you, and the best of you to own the relationship for a dark empath interest. And they grab attention, since those talents are above average, which comes naturally to them, making them even more unique and attention-grabbing. A dedicated dark empath can be a fantastic leader. Connecting with others for them comes naturally, and understanding other people's feelings is something they can do daily. A skill that could propel their careers into the stratosphere. Not all the traits of a dark empath are wrong. This leadership virtue is one of their most substantial assets. And if it is used for good, it can positively impact their surroundings or use them as a ladder to step on. 4. 100% self-centered. A quota of narcissism lives inside this personality trait, and they have a particular weak spot for being the center of the room. They can't stand being ignored. And you can see that even when somebody is talking about their personal life, a dark empath will immediately relate it to their life struggles being the center of attention. It's what feeds them. But they have an Achilles heel for critics. It only takes one directly pointing at a dark empath to throw them off. Even if it is constructive criticism, it will cause them pain because they are highly vulnerable to outside optimism about their inner world. Dark empaths are masters of manipulation. In their mind, they cover 100% of the relationship, and if there is some percentage that they feel they are losing, they will feel attacked and vulnerable. All of this can be triggered with a simple no to finish them in grieving pain. That pain could quickly become a superiority attack, or they will start defending their position with plain ignorance. The truth doesn't matter for them as long as they feel all is in control. These volatile emotional states are all results of unresolved mental health issues. 5. Hunger for power. Being a good leader inherently correlates to their ambitions, but it's not an ambition to grow, lead and transform co-workers. It's an ambition that ends up consuming them if they don't achieve their goals. That hunger for power is common among many dark traits of several studies in psychology. Being an employee is another way of losing control and power, so while they acknowledge that there is someone else in charge, they don't want to be led. So most of the time, they aren't proactive employees eager to get the job done. But under the right conditions, all the conditions that would benefit a dark empath, they can be a powerful addition to the team, since that combination of control and empathy can bring out the best in other people. As always, only when it's something profitable for them. Having a golden prize ahead for themselves, leaving early for work, or getting a bonus can drive empaths to be excellent motivators, leaders, or teammates, but only when they have a goal that will exclusively benefit them. 6. The darkest humour. A dark empath's superiority complex spreads throughout their personality, even into their jokes. Cruel jokes can turn a healthy relationship or a fun shared moment into an evil realm of bullying. They have fun by making other people feel bad, and their superiority only acts by putting other people down, and not just any people, but the ones closest to them. That's a big part of their danger. Once they gain your trust, they feel entitled to bring you down. A dark empath can destroy you emotionally and affect your self-esteem. And if you have a friend who laughs out loud by making you suffer and questions every accomplishment you make, it may be time to rethink having that friend in your life. Besides, those malicious jokes will keep coming. They can ruin many essential moments. Whenever you want to share important events with your loved ones, they are always there exposing insecurities and weaknesses. A dark empath will try to exploit them because it makes them happier that you feel saddened by them. Nobody needs a friend that gets his fun by putting you down with malicious jokes. 7. A selfish friend. A dark empath has always hidden intentions in everything they do, only to make a profit out of people because for them, relationships are a transaction that includes all the charms to get close. He could easily wear a mask throughout the whole relationship. That's why towards superiors or people with some power, they are always extra nice. And if you have something they want, they will have no doubts about putting you on a pedestal. They would make you feel like the best thing ever, building up your ego and giving you nothing but compliments. All this until things don't go their way. Once you stop being useful to their interests, they won't even flinch at knocking you off that pedestal and then cutting ties immediately. 8. Guilt trip. If you ever want to travel on a roller coaster of emotions and manipulation, you can count on a dark empath as a primary pilot. One of their best strategies is to give you the guilt trip always to get the outcome they need for themselves. If you disagree with what they are saying or doing, then take a ride, because they would push the exact buttons for you to feel unbearable guilt. And they know your weakest points, so just by doing it, they have already figured out the groundwork is done, and they had the ride ready months ago. It's just a matter of pushing that weak spot in you, and that's it. A guilt trip to a death spiral for your self-esteem will begin unless you can read more than one sign to say goodbye in time. 9. twisted tactics. There are a couple of tactics under the sleeve of a dark empath. You should know about them to recognize when there is one near you that wants to outsmart your genuine feelings. A dark empath can play the victim role for an Oscar winner. This is also a common tactic amongst narcissists, a trait a dark empath also shows. This is why it's a tricky personality trait, since it has many complex mental health problems that border on neurotic and narcissistic behaviour. Ghosting is another common tactic to gain control over you. There are even some more aggressive dark empaths that resource to intimidate to get what they want. Every tactic is used deliberately to gain control over you and know every tiny detail about your personality to find and exploit weak spots. 10. Sadness behind the mask. At first you will see a dark empath not dark at all, but delivering all the charm and social skills in the world. They are the centre of the room and probably could make a friend out of every acquaintance he meets at the party, since he knows and understands everybody's emotions. It's pretty easy for him, but behind this apparent success story that he tries to portray to get some sense of authority, they have many untold secrets, such as the ability to mimic emotions they don't feel. Dark empaths behind the mask have very low self-esteem. They are susceptible so much that experts still don't agree if their emotional capabilities are cognitive, affective, or a combination of both. Have you recognised these 10 dangerous signs in anyone close to you? What would you do next time you see one? Let us know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe for more videos like these.